Yeah, I want to actually talk about what it's like to be an experimental physicist.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. It's it's like POV of experimental physicist. I Whenever I go to dinner with friends or family's friends, family, I always get asked this question. So I heard you are an experimental physicist. What do you actually do for work? I mean, and then I go on and then explain, oh, all right, I work on superconducting thin films, trying to improve the Q factor of oxygen dark matter. And then after I explain all of those things, their jaws are on the ground and they're like, wow, you'll be the smartest person I ever met. Well, I hope that's true. I really hope that's true. And it's always gonna be that kid, and he's gonna be like, oh, so you're Tony Stark. I guess to some extent that's true because I use very expensive equipment, and I work on some very high-tech material which quantum physics and fundamental physics, quantum computer, they would beg for. But I'm sure we have a couple of differences. Firstly, Tony Stark, he got Jarvis. I got Claude, free version. Secondly, Tony Stark got his own lab in his garage, and I got MCN, which is a public lab. Like I have to book like in advance, so that so I don't have to wait for days. But most importantly, though, Tony Stark built Iron Man. What did I do? I built a bunch of scrap, thin film superconducting through scrap and an Excel sheet recording all my failures so far. So I wouldn't call myself Tony Stark. If it was up to me, I would say I'm more like a cook. I got an oven. It heats things up to 1,000 degrees. That's not very impressive. A lot of ovens can do that. If you operate like by mistake, maybe you can do that as well. Don't do that anyway. I got a dilution fridge. That fridge can cool things down to almost absolute zero, which is millikelvin level. So for your information, that's around negative 273 Celsius, I think. I can't really remember the exact number. But it's gonna be like, when I cool that fridge down, that place will be the coldest spot in our universe. I know some of you will be like, oh shit, well that doesn't sound really right. You're very welcome to fact check. Well, unless there are some aliens out there doing other high-tech stuff, yeah, that will be true. You're very welcome to fact check that because I just checked. Anyway, the best part is, and also actually I've got a bunch of other equipment like AFM, optical profiler, SEM, like my cooking equipment to cook my superconducting thin films. The best part is, I wrote a little script, and for my quality control reason, I call it Gordon Ramsay, because whenever I spend several days like thinking, oh damn, this will be the best superconducting thin film I ever cooked, and I bring to Gordon Ramsay, he's gonna be like, oh well, it tastes like shit. Well, yes chef, back to the kitchen, back to my machine. Enter a new set of parameters, record my mistake on my Excel sheet, and hopefully pray that the machine doesn't run into problems. If it does, I try to fix it. If I can't fix it, I call the technician to fix it. If technicians can't fix it, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe the project gets stalled unless I find another machine. Luckily, that hasn't happened yet. Yeah. So after I got the new thin film and stuff, I bring to Gordon Ramsay. I guess the answer I will get is probably again the same anyway. So I've been stuck in this endless loop for the past several months, and I have no idea how long it's gonna take for me to break this loop. And I can only imagine when I break this loop. I can imagine why I bring my thin film to Gordon Ramsay. He's gonna be like, oh wow, this one actually tastes all right. and yeah, well, I really wish. And I think if that's the case, I get to publish my recipe in a fancy paper which no one understands. or maybe keep it to myself and earn a bit of money. But from what I see now, the chance is very thin. Thinner than my superconducting thin film. If our scientist here knows superconducting, oh yeah, Here you are. Yeah, you know how thin they are. 100 nanometers, 0.1 micron, nanometer scales. Anyway, moral of the story, I'm not Tony Stark. I'm a cook. A very expensive cook. A cook who doesn't have a recipe, and it's my job to find that recipe. And I really hope, I wish somewhere in my fridge, in my oven, there is a recipe to superconducting thin films, to dark matter, to the secret of universe. And when I find the recipe, I don't have to tell everyone I'm a cook anymore. I can stand in front of a crowd like now and just proudly say, yes, I am Tony Stark. All right, thanks everyone.